Chatter backstory explained. In the dark, sadomasochistic world of Hellraiser, created by Clive Barker, few characters leave as lasting an impression as Chatter, the grotesque Cenobite whose chattering teeth announce his arrival long before he appears. Despite being silent throughout most of the films, his presence is unforgettable. But what lies beneath the disfigured face and stitched lips? Who was Chatterer before he was transformed into a creature of pain and torment? Today, we're diving into the disturbing and tragic backstory of one of Hellraiser's most iconic Cenobites.
The box. You opened it. We came.
The Cenobites and their purpose. Before exploring Chatterer specifically, it's important to understand the context of the Cenobites. They are extra-dimensional beings who serve the Leviathan, the godlike ruler of Hell's labyrinth. The Cenobites exist to explore the furthest limits of physical experience, where pleasure and pain become indistinguishable. They are summoned through the Lament configuration, a puzzle box that acts as a key to their dimension. To them, their condition is not a curse but a form of transcendence. Each Cenobite was once human, someone who sought out new sensations or fell victim to the allure of forbidden knowledge. The transformation into a Cenobite is both grotesque and symbolic, every mutilation reflecting some deeper psychological trauma or desire. Chatterer's first appearances. Chatterer first appears in Hellraiser, 1987, as one of the 4 original Cenobites, alongside Pinhead, Butterball, and the female Cenobite. He is easily the most physically intimidating after Pinhead, towering over his victims, silent and sadistic. His lips are ripped open and pinned back to expose his teeth, which constantly chatter, creating an eerie and unsettling sound. Despite never speaking, Chatterer plays a key role in multiple confrontations. He is the one who grabs and restrains victims, often initiating their torment. But beneath that monstrous appearance lies a deeply tragic origin, revealing the past in Hellbound, Hellraiser 2. It wasn't until Hellbound, Hellraiser 2, 1988, that audiences got a brief glimpse into Chatterer's past. In this sequel, Dr. Channard opens a portal to the Labyrinth, the realm ruled by Leviathan. There, we see the Cenobites momentarily revert to their human forms after Kirsty shows them a photograph of their previous lives. For Chatter, the transformation is especially shocking. He is revealed to have once been a young boy. The implication is chilling. Among the other Cenobites, such as Pinhead, who was once the adult British military officer Elliot Spencer, Chatterer's transformation is the most disturbing because it raises moral questions. How could someone so young have become ensnared by the Cenobites? While no official name or detailed origin is given in the film, this revelation drastically alters how viewers interpret Chatterer. He's not just a monster. He's a child whose curiosity, trauma, or perhaps abuse led him down a path of self-destruction and ultimate damnation. Fan theories and expanded lore. The films offer minimal details, but fans and expanded media have tried to fill in the gaps. One prevailing theory is that Chatterer was a victim of physical or emotional abuse. The chattering of his teeth could represent fear or anxiety. Many trauma survivors, especially children, display similar behaviors. His mutilated face, with lips pulled apart and skin stretched, might symbolize forced silence, as if he was punished or restrained from speaking the truth. Others believe he may have discovered the Lament configuration in a desperate bid to escape his reality, perhaps seduced by promises of transformation, power, or relief from suffering. As with all Cenobites, what he received was something entirely different. Chatterer is shown to have taken on different forms across time. One version introduces the idea that he may have once been a priest, further complicating his origins. However, these versions are sometimes considered alternate interpretations rather than strict canon. The symbolism of Chatter. Unlike Pinhead, who uses words as weapons, Chatterer communicates through presence and action. His name is derived from the unnerving sound of his constantly clacking teeth. Symbolically, Chatterer represents the loss of voice, the erasure of identity, and the dominance of pain over self-expression. His eyeless face suggests blindness, not just physical, but moral and existential. He does not judge or question. He simply acts, bound to the will of Leviathan. This makes him a terrifying figure, but also a tragic one, as his humanity has been completely suppressed in favor of monstrous duty. His design has also evolved over time. These versions reinforce his role as an enforcer of Hell's laws, but none capture the emotional weight of the original reveal in Hellbound. Chatterer's legacy in the franchise. Despite limited screen time and no dialogue, Chatterer has become one of the most enduring and beloved figures in the Hellraiser mythos. His visual design, created by Clive Barker and brought to life by Nicholas Vince in the original film, set a new standard for horror monsters, grotesque, silent, and loaded with symbolic meaning. Chatter appears in multiple sequels and even in the 2022 Hellraiser reboot by Hulu, where a new version of the character is featured. This continuity of presence highlights how central he is to the aesthetic and mythology of the franchise. Beyond the screen, Chatterer has become a staple of horror culture, featured in fan art, collectibles, cosplay, and even referenced in academic discussions about body horror and trauma representation in film. He is a perfect example of how horror can evoke empathy even while terrifying the viewer. Conclusion: a tragic icon. Chatterer isn't just a Cenobite, he's a representation of lost innocence, corrupted by forces beyond his control. Whether he was a child escaping abuse or someone seeking sensation to fill a void, his transformation into a creature of endless torment is one of the most disturbing arcs in the Hellraiser universe. The franchise thrives on the idea that desire can lead to damnation, and Chatterer is perhaps the most tragic illustration of that theme. He is a creature forever trapped in a state of suffering, unable to speak, see, or cry out, only to chatter in the darkness, a reminder that in the world of Hellraiser, even the smallest wish can lead to eternal horror.